My name is still Phillip Dikotla. I'm that same guy who was here a couple of days ago and I was doing comedy and I still tell jokes. I still talk about poverty because I grew up in poverty. And I want to tell you something about poverty. See, when you grew up in poverty, you get excited over anything. Even the smallest things get excited. When your friends are excited about getting new phones, hey, new phone. You're excited about getting a charger. Yeah, new charger. Oh, I've got a charger. Yeah, but those are weird things that happen when you grow up in poverty. Because people just get excited over anything. When people are excited that today we're going to eat meat, you're excited that today I'm going to eat bones. I'm eating bones today. Today we're eating bones at home. Your mother gets excited to find a cockroach in the house. It's like, ooh, there's a cockroach in the house. Yeah, there's a cockroach. And everyone in the house is happy. It's like, oh, we're killing a cockroach today. And they make a whole excited event about it. They show it to the neighbors. Ah, we killed a cockroach today. It's a nice moment. But that's why I think many people who are not aware, many people are very excited about this thing of learning Mandarin these days. And I'm not sure about this idea of learning Mandarin because even the MEC is excited about learning Mandarin, about children learning Mandarin, and she herself can't speak Mandarin. She can't say a word about in Mandarin, which is very weird because I still look around on TV and Rebecca Molusi still goes, hallelujah, hallelujah, when she doesn't know English words. It's quite weird, yeah, because she always goes, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. And like, hey, Rebecca, I'm just saying hi. Oh, just so loyal. Oh, just so loyal. Oh, yes, oh, just so loyal. Yeah, but I hope everyone enjoys their beautiful Sunday and come to the Soul Solo Festival where we're going to be having Jokes for Sale. It's one of the shows that's performing there. Thank you very much.
Okay, that's actor and thespian Phillip Dikotla, and he'll be joining us on set now. Now, whether it was Omphile Molusi in Itsoseng, Kate Liquorish in My Name is Rachel Corrie, or Mbongeni Ngema in the Zulu, every individual who appreciates the art of theatre has experienced a one-hander that changed the way they look at the entire craft of telling stories on stage. So Solo is a festival that takes place at the Wits Theatre every single year to celebrate one-handers and those craft pieces that use only one actor to capture the attention of many. This year, the festival will feature 16 plays, 16 actors every Friday, Saturday and Sunday between the 11th of September and the 11th of October. Here to tell us more is the director of the Wits Theatre, Gita, and you just saw him. It's called Jokes for Sale, and it's a hit. Phillip Dikotla. Guys, thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you very much.
Let's talk about this idea of putting a play together that celebrates a performance piece together that celebrates one-handers, that people will come and see. And I don't think people often know how difficult it is for one actor on stage to hold so many people's attention.
I think it's probably the ultimate manifestation of performers or a writer's creativity. There's no ensemble, nothing to hide behind, and literally you're in the spotlight. But I think it's also, while it's the difficulty of it is huge, it is also an opportunity, I think, for us to drive home the magic of the theatre. I mean, there is no theatre without an audience. And it goes back to that ancient thing about the storyteller. And this particular festival, I think, highlights and provides a platform not just for virtuoso performances, but for great stories.
Phillip, let me bring you into this conversation. Great stories. I can't begin to imagine. When we started the show, Lebo was talking about that she considers it to be probably one of the biggest art forms for somebody to be able to be on stage by themselves. You heard Gita talk about it now. But just how difficult is it from the creative perspective?
From the creative perspective,
easy is it?
No, it's not easy. It's very crazy because you are in rehearsal talking alone, walking around alone. You get frustrated yourself and you motivate yourself. You tell yourself this is good and you at the same time criticize yourself. So it's a very complicated process, but it's very funny because when you're alone, it's very complicated. But when there's people, you fight with people, but there's that guideship. You've got something to fall back on. You have people who can motivate you, can push you. So it makes you an Iron Man. You know, it makes you a man of steel at some point. So I think with that description, you will get the picture of it.
Gita and Phillip talks about just the complexity of getting the nuances right and being the only person on stage. This festival highlights these, I don't know if they're success stories, great stories, but it introduces an audience to somebody who might not have been able to see a film.
Absolutely. I think that, you know, I take my role quite seriously in that I've been involved in the theatre for about 30 years. And I think what I have... The reason the festival was created by myself last year was I began to see more and more an emergence of the single performer. And it's not just because it's a response to the economic realities of the arts. You know, in the past there were these huge ensembles, there was money to play, you know, to put behind a festival. And I think that the shift is really reality speaking. And so I was intrigued by how does... we're, as a university, we're in the business of creating graduates who will enter the art, into the television, the theatre, you know, literature, photography. How do we feed and mould that industry? And that is why the solo performer is so important. But I think it's, you know, it goes beyond just the power of the actor. There's a writer there. There's a director. And of course, hopefully, an audience, as Philip was saying, you know, actors are wonderful in that they feed off this energy. It's a real, it's a transaction. I've seen performances change radically from one day to the other, dependent on the performance.
Yeah, and just to add, I mean, being someone who's performed in comedy and also in a play, in a one-man play, you know that all the time, the only thing that you need is the audience more than anything. That's all you will ever need, and you need to find their energy. So it's always important to have those people to pass.
Okay, so we're going to encourage everybody to come to this festival. That was actor and thespian Phillip Dikotla, is the man behind the one-man play called Jokes for Sale, and Gita, who is the director at the Wits Theatre, which is behind. She's the brainchild of the Solo Festival, which will host Dikotla and other thespians, and there's going to be 16 one-handers, and that'll run from the 11th of September until the 11th of October. Google it or log on to their website www.wits.ac.za /Wits Theatre and book your seat. It's very important. You heard Philip say, we need you. We'll take an ad break. Don't go anywhere.